Assalamu alaikum, dear students, and welcome to the Slate class of Physics O levels. In this class, we will start with the last topic of light, which is dispersion of light. Right? अच्छा, dispersion से start करने से पहले हमें ये पता होना चाहिए कि जो white light होती है, that consists of 7 colors. Right? So components of white light या sunlight या any light coming from a bulb, which is a white light, has 7 components. ठीक है? And that include VIBGYOR. Now, what is VIBGYOR? VIBGYOR is an initial for all the colors. For example, V for violet, I for indigo, B for blue, G for green, Y for yellow, O for orange, and R for red color. Right? For example, if you see in this rainbow, you can see all these colors. For example, innermost color is violet, then you have indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, और जो outermost color है वो red है. So next time whenever you are going to see a rainbow, आपने इसको नोट जरूर करना है कि innermost color कौन सा है, is it violet, और outermost color आप नोट कीजिएगा, that would be a red color, right? So लाइट कंसिस्ट ऑफ कलर्स इंक्लूडिंग विबग्योर. तो मैंने इन सारे कलर्स को उनके रिस्पेक्टिव कलर से ही लिख दिया. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हेयर यू हैव वॉयलेट. याद रखिएगा, वॉयलेट की वेवलेंथ इज अ शॉर्टेस्ट वेवलेंथ. वॉयलेट हैज शॉर्टेस्ट वेवलेंथ एंड डाउन द लिस्ट इनकी वेवलेंथ इंक्रीज होगी, राइट? देन यू हैव आई फॉर इंडिगो, बी फॉर ब्लू, G for green, Y for yellow, and O for orange, and lastly the red. ठीक है? And red has longest wavelength. So shortest wavelength is 4 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 7 meter, and that belongs to violet light. And the longest wavelength is 7 into 10 raised to power minus 7 meter, and that belongs to red color. ठीक है? So do you have to memorize the sequence? Yes. आपको सारे के सारे colors इसी sequence में याद होने चाहिए. The shortest wavelength is violet and that is V. The longest wavelength is red. अगर आप इस word को याद कर लेंगे, VIBGYOR को, तो ये increasing wavelength के order में सारे के सारे colors आपको याद हो जाएंगे. दोबारा से रिवाइज करते हैं. It is violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and then red. Now, what is happening down the list to the wavelength? As you move from violet to red, you can clearly see that wavelength is moving from shortest wavelength to longest wavelength. So down the list, wavelength is increasing. Wavelength is increasing. Okay? And what is happening to frequency? It is very important कि जब wavelength increase होती है तो frequency decrease होती है. So down the list, frequency is decreasing, whereas V is velocity of wave, which is constant. ठीक है? Because जब तक medium change नहीं होगा, velocity of waves change नहीं होगी. Right? So what is the equation that relates velocity with frequency and wavelength? That equation is V equals F lambda. For all the colors of light, they have same velocity in vacuum and air, and that is represented by symbol V here. Let's make frequency subject of the formula. Frequency is equal to V over lambda, right? Where V is constant. Now tell me, what is the relationship you are seeing between frequency and wavelength? Frequency is in numerator, at the same time wavelength is in denominator. So frequency is inversely proportional to wavelength. राइट? इस वजह से डाउन द लिस्ट अगर वेवलेंथ इंक्रीज हो रही है, जो कि एक्चुअल में इंक्रीज हो रही है फ्रॉम वॉयलेट टू रेड लाइट, तो डाउन द लिस्ट फ्रीक्वेंसी फिर डिक्रीज होगी. याद रहे दैट ऑल वेव्स ट्रैवल विद सेम स्पीड इन वैक्यूम एंड दैट स्पीड इज represented by symbol C, and its value is 3 into 10 raised power 8 meters per second. And you have to memorize the speed as well. Right? So let's revise for the last time that white light consists of 7 different colors, including violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Violet having shortest wavelength and maximum frequency, and red having longest wavelength and shortest frequency, right? Or minimum frequency. So, what is dispersion? So, whenever white light is incident on a triangular glass prism at certain angle which is not 90 degree, a band of colors which is referred as spectrum. जो विद और हमने 7 कलर्स पढ़े हैं that is referred as spectrum of light. ठीक है? Is obtained. This is called dispersion. Right? Now, why dispersion occurs? Why white light splits itself into 7 different colors? Because हर different color के लिए glass की refractive index different है. So what is the phenomena that is taking place here? So जरा ध्यान से देखें. अगर एक ray, one of them is being incident here on the surface of glass prism. This is a ray of light. This is incident ray. ठीक है? And you can see a normal. Normal is a line that makes an angle of 90 degree with the surface of glass. ठीक है? Here you can see that it is angle of incidence. ठीक है? So what happens to the light when it comes from rare medium to the dense medium? It will bend towards the normal. ठीक है? यहां पर मैं इसकी अनडेविएटेड पाथ को भी ड्रॉ कर देता हूं. अगर इसकी डायरेक्शन चेंज ना होती तो इसने इस स्ट्रेट पाथ पर इमर्ज आउट होना था. ठीक है? सो दिस इज द इनिशियल पाथ ऑफ दिस रे ऑफ लाइट. ठीक है? बट ray of light will never go in this direction because when it is going to pass through this glass prism, it will refract. Rather, it will refract towards the normal because when the ray of light moves from rare medium to the dense medium, it bends towards normal. So, it is going to bend towards normal. So, here it is. This is the refracted ray and this is angle of refraction. Here, angle of refraction is less than angle of incidence. ठीक है? Because ray is entering dense medium में angle of refraction, angle of incidence से छोटा होता है. So, which phenomena is taking place at the surface of glass? Refraction is taking place. Right? In fact, refraction will take place twice. Once when the ray is moving from air to the glass prism and one other time when the ray is moving from glass back to air. ठीक है? तो अभी रे इस पॉइंट पर पहुंच चुकी है. इस पॉइंट पर मुझे दोबारा से नॉर्मल लाइन ड्रॉ करनी पड़ेगी. Here we have a normal once again. थोड़ा सा जूम इन करता हूं, आपको जरा बेहतर समझ आएगी. Now this is angle of incidence, right? And now because the ray is moving back to the air, back to the rare medium, it will bend away from the normal this time, right? So have a look. This ray is bending away from the normal. This is the refracted ray and this is angle of refraction. And this time, as it is moving from dense to rare medium, angle of refraction is greater than angle of incidence this time. ठीक है? ये सारा कुछ हमने refraction वाले टॉपिक में कवर किया हुआ है. That when the ray moves from rare medium to dense medium, it moves towards the normal, and when it moves from dense back to the rare medium, it will move away from the normal. ठीक है? So it is moving in this direction. So this is the light, this is the direction of emergent light. ठीक है? अगर लाइट की पाथ चेंज ना होती तो उसने इस पाथ के along अपेयर होना था, लेकिन emergent light is appearing in this direction. So it is deviated by a certain angle and that angle is called angle of deviation. So this angle theta is angle of deviation. Now, why the light is broken into its different components? Because for all the colors, the angle of deviation is different. Let's try to understand why dispersion of light takes place. Okay, we have which colors? We have Vibgyor starting from violet all the way to the red light, right? Violet has shortest wavelength and its frequency is greatest, right? And red light has longest wavelength and its frequency is smallest out of all of the color. ठीक है, you have to note this point. इसको आप इस तरह से याद रख सकते हैं that light with greatest frequency, light rays with greatest frequency will deviate more, right? So violet की डायरेक्शन में सबसे ज्यादा चेंज आएगा because it has greatest frequency. So the angle of deviation would be maximum for violet and minimum for the red light because red has minimum frequency out of all seven components of light. ठीक है? So जरा यहाँ पर देखें दोबारा से. यहाँ पर once again you can see the actual path of light. ठीक है? और red light जो है it has deviated by the shortest angle. It has angle of deviation which is minimum, and for the violet light angle of deviation is maximum. Right? For the violet light angle of deviation is maximum. ठीक है? So now you can clearly see that light is refracted and dispersed off into its component colors, which is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Red being on top and violet being at the bottom. ठीक है? रेनबो में भी हमने यही देखा था कि जो रेड कलर था वो टॉप पे था और जो इनर मोस्ट कलर था दैट वाज वॉयलेट. अच्छा, इस फिनोमिना को अंडरस्टैंड करने की एक और लॉजिक देखें. एज यू नो दैट V इक्वल्स F लैम्डा. ठीक है? रेड लाइट हैज मैक्सिमम वेवलेंथ ना, मैक्सिमम फॉर रेड लाइट. ठीक है? सो रेड लाइट की अगर वेवलेंथ मैक्सिमम है तो रेड लाइट की वेलोसिटी भी मैक्सिमम होगी इन डेंस मीडियम, दैट इज प्रिज्म. ठीक है? इसका मतलब ये है कि रेयर मीडियम से डेंस मीडियम में जाते हुए रेड की वेलोसिटी रिड्यूस हुई, लेकिन सबसे कम अमाउंट से रिड्यूस हुई. ठीक है? इस वजह से भी इसका एंगल ऑफ डेविएशन बाकियों से कम है बिकॉज इसकी वेलोसिटी में सिग्निफिकेंट रिडक्शन बाकियों से कम है. एंड व्हाट अबाउट वॉयलेट लाइट? फॉर वॉयलेट लाइट V इक्वल्स F लैम्डा. याद रहे कि इस फिनोमिना में फ्रीक्वेंसी रिफ्रैक्शन में कभी भी चेंज नहीं होती. वॉयलेट लाइट हैज मिनिमम वेवलेंथ सो इट हैज मिनिमम स्पीड इन द डेंस मीडियम. इसका मतलब ये है वॉयलेट लाइट की स्पीड डेंस मीडियम में सबसे ज्यादा रिड्यूस होगी, इस वजह से इसका एंगल ऑफ डेविएशन भी मैक्सिमम होगा. राइट? सो दिस इज हाउ द लाइट डिस्पर्स व्हेन इट passes थ्रू अ ग्लास prism. Right? So in the next video we will be doing some questions of light. For that you have to stay tuned with Slate. Looking forward to see you in the next classes. Thank you.